Okay, and we're live. Hello.
Hello, hello.
So, how are you guys? Bonnie and Charlie, my guests, Bonnie and Charlie are here.
Hello. I'm I'm doing super good. Okay, so I I've been saying for like a week now that I had like a super secret project that I've been working on that I didn't want to jinx. It's out now. It's out now. If you go to Spotify and search House of the Blue Dragon, I'm there. I have a radio show with music and everything over on the Spotify, and I'm so excited. And I actually get a cut of the ad revenue, so like I can actually make money off of it. And I don't know how that's going to work with premium, but um, I'm very excited to see how all that works. And I've wanted a radio show for a long time. I used to DJ when I was younger and have never really gotten back into it because they just give you a playlist to play now. And I like picking stuff. So I'm very excited. It's a thing. It's a thing that I get to do. So next week, the next episode 2, is going to be a Halloween party because I can play all the spooky music. So yay! I'm very excited.
And people, we have Kat, Leo. Oh, whoa, it jumped. We have Stephanie Wilson. We have Devin Cutting. Hello, everybody. And Kat says, "Yay for you." And CB is here. Any other major announcements? Or are we good?
I'm a chapter into my trashy vampire novel that still needs a name. I'm not calling it Trampire. I don't care how many times y'all ask me to. I'm not calling it Trampire. It's appropriate, but it's not what I'm calling it. So
that would be kind of silly.
And I'll come up with a couple characters' names and research those names.
That's like the hard part.
Story.
Cool.
So I am breaking those down, and I'm really happy with how that's coming along. And I have been, as Brian Tracy would say, eating that elephant one bite at a time, editing.
So. Yes, that is. Stephanie says, "Congrats, Charlie," and Kat says, "Vamp trash." Anyway, so I guess we have our any announcements, well, except for what about me? Myself, I don't have a whole lot to say at the moment, except that yes, I am going to participate in NaNoWriMo. I did get myself set up for that. So tonight, I think that's what I'm going to be working on, doing some planning. So so that I can get some words in November for sure.
I am definitely doing writing tonight. I just introduced my hunter who, yeah. Okay, yeah, it's a trash novel. Yes. But the hunt begins. Nick is dead and the hunt must begin. I'm very excited. I popped the link.
That's a title.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So
that would be. We did not do intros though. Do you want to do intros, guys? We can. Because we didn't exactly do it.
I did the one that matters to me today.
I'm buying a radio show. All that matters. Announcements work. But I am Heather Dewey Pettit. This is my channel. And I am I'm a writer, editor, and artist. And let's see, as a writer, I am working on my first book, which is a young adult fantasy. And as an editor, I am a freelance editor, specializing in copy editing, line editing, and proofreading. especially for indie authors and also publishers. So, and yeah, I'm working on my nano now. Okay, looks like Kat and CB are following your show, and that is where again? Spot.
It is a Spotify show, so if you don't have premium, and it's only going to play 30-second clips of the songs, but
Okay.
It's happiness.
It's a great film.
I'm so glad you're happy about that.
Mhm.
It's a good thing. Well, it's 6:57, and we've done our announcements. When do we want to start sprinting?
Whenever you're ready. Yes, like I always say, your stream, your rules, because I've been a bad influence on you, and I need to behave.
Yes, you have. I will agree to that now.
I think I'm going to try to go one sprint editing and then leave this be for the rest of the day and try something else the next one.
Okay.
But you can only eat so much elephant in a sitting.
I'm full. I ate enough today. Right.
So let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and start getting ready. I will share my screen. And what happened? What was that? Did something strange?
I've been having weird Google issues today.
What the heck? Well, I still got you guys. That was weird. Okay.
Hello?
Oh my. Okay.
Yeah, earlier today, my YouTube had 0 recommendations for me. Like, I felt like I literally gotten to the bottom of YouTube. Like, I'd watched it all.
That's when you go in a private YouTube window and you just see random stuff. Change it up a little bit.
No, it had like nothing there. It was a blank page. It just had that, that strip that they put the news on. That was it. Like, it had no recommendations, no like anything it would think I would like or anything. I was like, okay, Google, I see you.
Well, that's interesting. Well, let's see.
I think
Yeah, I agree with you, Kat. I think that's
I know that like intellectually, but when I loaded it up to see what I wanted to watch, and it was like, I don't know, nothing. I was like, whoa.
You did what, CB? I nearly.
Sent it out the window. It's one of my favorite words. It means to throw out the window.
I don't think we've done that before.
Yeah.
How's that? Oh, it's going. Wait a minute. What's happened there?
It's Google being a pain in the tushy.
That's Google. Excuse me. Okay, then. I did put in 15 to sort of get us started.
15 is a good starter time.
I agree.
I've been writing and doing other stuff today, so.
I have not been online. myself. But something came up, so I could not. It's a long story, and I will. But let's see here. Let me go and pull this out and get myself ready. And so now you can go. In 3, 2, 1, sprint.
Beep, 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 beep.
What did everybody do?
I sent the dog out to play with the hubby because she was sad that she wasn't out there playing. And then after that, I got 251 words on my trashy vampire story. The townsfolk are hiring themselves a hunter.
Oh, cool.
I made it through
And
2 pages
hi.
of editing. 2 more pages.
Oh, good. Good. I did a little bit of scratching in my writer's Bible here, and I looked something up because I wanted to see something about 4-act story structure. I just started looking at that, Charlie, because I remembered you had talked about it, and I didn't want to box myself in thinking I had to do 3-act structure. So
I think it really depends on the story. Like once you start getting comfortable with the idea of what an act is and how they function, being able to pick between a 3, 4, and 5-act structure for what fits the story better is really helpful. But I pretty much I pretty much default to 4 now on most things rather than 3. Because that's just the way I am.
Yeah. That's like 3. But I'm opening my mind to new ideas.
I like 3, but I think I'm using a combination of different techniques. So.
Oh, I have been for sure. I've been really kind of using a combination of 3-act and which kind of fits in pretty well with the
sorry, I'm giddy. I was reading something.
Word. That's okay.
It made me giddy. It made me giddy. I was reading. Cut that. Right.
We're also drinking a lot of coffee. Right? Strong coffee. Excuse me. But
I'm yawning still.
Yeah. Fool's journey. The hero's journey. There we go. That's what I was trying to think of.
Okay.
So a bit of the hero's journey and a bit of the 3-act structure. Just wanted to see if that might fit in with those 2 things. Kind of. A little. Just did a little bit of research.
Yeah, I think a lot of it when it comes down to like structure is learning the kind of story that you tell. Mm-hmm. And there are models that are standard for reasons of, like psychology and how our minds are structured to actually contain story. That's why they are pretty similar all around the world. But once you start figuring out exactly how you tell a story, then everything will just zone in.
That is a very good point.
For a guidance. Just for guidance.
What do you need? Uh-oh. Whose book? Wait a minute. Am I the only one here that has books out? Wait a minute. I don't know if the other of you do have Did you get one of my books? Which one of my books did you get? Or did you get Bonnie, do you have any books out?
No.
Oh, then
I want to, but I'm being very difficult on myself.
I think Eva may have ordered one of mine. Oh no.
Well, I can wait.
Hopefully it was the chain. I like that one a lot. And there'll be more of that coming soon.
I'm going to be over anxious to get it out. I'm just going to do the best that I can right now. So.
I have to say, anxiety is the life of a writer. Like, because you just have to like accept it, swallow it, and just be like, I'm done with it, because you're anxious up until the point the book comes out, and then when it comes out, you're like, is it going to do okay? And then you're anxious after the book comes out, and then you have to start the next one, and you're like, but is anybody going to like this one?
Right. Or can I do what I just did?
I'm
That's
I'm gonna do it again. You
I
know?
haven't done that. I need to learn about book covers and things like that.
yeah, you just need to learn how to beat down the stress, because it will destroy you.
Mm.
I'm smiling.
It's not just the smiling, it's just learning what doesn't matter, because
Let Nick go.
like, whether you like her books or not, Big Magic is such a helpful book for writers, for all of the stuff that she talks about in there about de-stressing, because you just it serves no purpose, no function.
Big Magic.
Yeah, oh crapple, what was her name? She wrote Eat, Pray, Love. Her name just completely shot out of my head.
Elizabeth Gilbert?
Yeah, that's it. Her book Big Magic is all about writing and the things that she's learned about writing and dealing with stress as a writer. And it's one of them. Like, you're not going to learn tips on how like to structure sentences or novels, because it's not that kind of a writing book. It's not a craft book, but it is a lot about just how to survive writing and all of the stress that we put on ourselves and that society puts on us. Because there's that wonderful chapter, I think it's actually titled "So You're an Alcoholic Now," because, and I had that experience too, when she started telling people she was a writer, the first thing they would say to her is something akin to "So you're an alcoholic," because of the reputation writers have. And I've had that happen to me on numerous occasions too. And it's like, there are expectations that the world has, and just ignore them.
Yeah.
It's a very good book. It's a very good book.
Have to check that out.
Yeah, it's one of the few that I reread.
I keep hearing about it for a while.
It's one of the few I reread just because, like I said, it's about the stress management more than anything else. And yeah.
Sounds like many of us could benefit from said book. Looks like, excuse me, Eva laughed at you, Charlie. And CV wrote a one-shot.
In theory, that's what I'm working on. I mean, it's a novella, but theoretically, it's not part of a series. I'm not going to let myself make it part of a series, even though I'm like falling in love with the characters.
Yeah.
No, this is a one-off. These characters get one story.
I know, right? I should have been honest right from the start, but you're the one person I've depended on for literally everything since 2006. I couldn't be honest with you because it would be like cutting out my own heart with a spoon.
I'm going to be so vested in this story.
Oh, that's cool. Today,
well, you were... CB, you said you were getting stressed over the practices and stuff, so it might be good to take a little bit of a breather, because you seem to have a lot going on, because you have the play, and you have the clarinet practice, and you have the stories. You've got a lot going on right now. Just breathe.
I agree. Pick a number. Pick a number. 30. Wanting another sprint.
Well, if it's between...
Oh, go ahead, Jordan.
If it's between those two, it has to be 111 for me, because...
Right. Probably over his nails, because if not, Harlow.
Oh no! You did buy my... Oh, you bought the chain. You bought the chain. That's a line from my book. Oh, honey. Oh,
honey. Cool.
You're reading the chain. I hope you like it.
I was wondering if that was Tony speaking. Oh. She did.
The sequel is coming. I promise. I've already written a study in shadows, which is the 0.5. Because I hope you like Daniel. Daniel's going to be the lead the next book. So I hope you like Daniel.
Oh, well, hello. I know you were trying to come. Thank you so much for coming by. Nice. But there was somebody else that missed my Tuesday. I said, oh, I'm streaming again Thursday night. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Oh. Okay. Always buying
That's
any.
awesome.
You're so nice.
So far, at least, the book that you picked.
I work with people who have indie books.
I have yet to see too many people that hated the chain. I've gotten some like meh reviews because I didn't do things that people wanted me to do with the book. Well, they wanted it to be like a superstar romance, and like that's not what I was doing. But
I think it's The Keeper. I think that was her first one. I don't have it read it, but I have many on my to get and to buy and to read. I do believe it's The Keeper. We love New Book Days.
Speaking of New Books Day, I finally found my Kindle.
Oh, good.
It's still charging, but I found it.
Yeah.
Because we've been talking, I feel like for the last 3 weeks, it's been like the search goes on.
I'm missing a, what is it? Amazon Kindle Fire or something. I think it's called a Fire.
That's the one with the real display.
I had won it in a contest and my kids borrowed it and I've never seen it again. I wonder where that is.
Sorry, I felt peer pressured into going into avatar mode. I was like, are we doing that? Is that the thing? Avatar mode. Yep. I'm sorry. I'm in a silly mood. I am in a silly mood.
Yeah. You still have found your. That's interesting. Don't you hate it when that happens?
I will tell you this. Look in the least likely place for it, because that's where we ended up finding the Kindle. Because it was over by the hubby's seat, and we don't know why, because he doesn't use it at all. And I never sit over there. So I have no.
I haven't even seen him with it, so it's probably like in a toy box or something somewhere.
I have a feeling that the cats stole it, because there are a couple like what could be construed as teeth marks in the corner of it. I caught them on my desk a couple weeks ago, and that's when it disappeared. So, and they've stolen all kinds of stuff off my desks because my cats are kleptos. But they stole my wedding ring right off my hand one night.
No.
What?
Yeah, she just went right up to me. Her lower teeth caught it just right, and it slipped right off my finger, and she just grabbed it and ran and threw it across the room, and it went ting, 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 and she ran and lunged on it, and I'm chasing after her, and the hubby's like, what are you doing? I'm like, that cat stole my ring.
Instead of a pack rat, you have a pack cat, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Getting all your stuff.
She's a little thief.
That's amazing. Don't have a Kindle, but there's a way to read things on a PC. Yes, that's what I've been doing.
You do.
Yes.
I just got my notification. Heather, you're live. Did you know that?
Yeah. One moment. I'm just going to mute.
I just saw my phone do a whole bunch of YouTube stuff. And I'm like, oh, what just happened on YouTube? And it's like, Heather just went live. Heather just went live. Heather just went live. Like, thank you. You told me like 3 times. Yay. I do wish they would get their notifications figured out, because
At least caught up, right?
it gets so frustrating that like they don't go out. They either don't go out on time, they don't go out at all, and I end up missing stuff, and I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you don't have to have a Kindle. Just
I have a lot of paper books, mostly.
I do too. It's just, financially, I do.
Yeah.
It's easier it's cheaper to get the ebooks, and depending on the indie author and the price of the paperback,
Mhm.
you can kind of guess how much they're, especially once you published for a while, you can guess how much they're going to get paid, and I will try to buy the one that looks like they're going to make the most money off of.
Mm.
Because most of the markup for a paperback is the cost that they charge for printing it.
Mm.
And so, like,
I'm a bathtub reader, so I need the book. I need to be. I don't want the. I hide, so I need an actual book.
I miss bathtubs. I miss them so much. I'm 6'1".
That's my godsend. I don't think I'd be alive if it wasn't for bubble baths.
I'm 6'1", and the bathtub in our house barely gets my ankles wet.
I'm
like, it's
pretty
really
short,
shallow.
So I'm pretty good.
It's really shallow, and like we used to, like, one of the things I miss about traveling is getting to like lounge in a pool or a jacuzzi, or just to like soak in water somewhere, or getting to stay at a hotel that actually has bathtubs. Like, quickest way to get us to stay at your hotel, show us really like the sexiest picture ever, a bathtub that someone that's 6 foot tall can actually sit in.
You would have loved this one at the resort in Las Vegas. The tub was so big. I could have fit 5 of me in it. It was so nice. I couldn't believe it.
When we went to Lake Tahoe, with the in-laws, and his parents were showing us different pictures of different hotels, like, which one do you want to stay at? We'll pay. And I'm like, oh, okay, let's pick a nice one then. The one that we found, it was I think it was a Residence Inn, but they actually had the bathtub in the middle of the room, and it was huge. Like, you could have fit probably 2-3 me's in it. And I'm not a small person. Like, when it wasn't a hot tub, it didn't have jets in it. It was just a tub.
Nice. A soaker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it was nice, because if I could, I am part mermaid. Like, if I could just live my life with water up to here and not turn into a prune and die, I would do it. Like, I would do it. Like, just like, I like it. I like it a lot. But
very nice.
It's been problematic ever since I was a child, because once you get over a certain height, bathtubs don't like you anymore.
Yeah. You brought up Lake Tahoe. The writing prompt I put up today in the backdrop is a picture of Lake Tahoe and the mountains behind the lake.
I love Tahoe. Actually, I love Tahoe.
That is Lake Tahoe on my writing prompt today that I put a picture in the background.
Very cool. Very cool.
I love Tahoe. Emerald Bay is probably the most beautiful place on earth.
It's a really cool place.
I love the pine. I love the pines.
Samba juice in my life. I went there like every single day when I was there. Every day.
Because we lived in Oakland, and so it wasn't that far away. And every now and then, if we could afford it, we would head up there when we lived in California. Nice. And it's so pretty up there. But that's like my ideal climate. Like I love me some like pine trees, conifers of all kinds. Like I love that in the mountains.
So ginormous too.
And then that lake. Oh, the lake itself is so pretty.
Mhm.
And then there's the fun stuff around there because I'm a real
It's a large lake, isn't it?
what?
A lot of golf, the casino. It's nice.
And if you
Yeah.
and if you're into trains and ichthyosaurs, Silver City isn't that far away, and they have awesome museums for both because they found like a whole bed of ichthyosaur fossils out there, and so there's like an entire museum that you can just go around and you're just like surrounded by them, and they're awesome. And they also have a really nice train museum there, which is just really cool.
That is good to know. I have a kid, and he likes those two subjects actually.
Yeah, so that's Silver City, Nevada.
I
And
don't think I've taken any big trips for a while though.
I don't think it's open anymore. I don't know, but when we went up there, one of the reasons she wanted to, we chose Tahoe for the last trip we went up there was my mother-in-law heard that they were closing the Bonanza Ranch where they actually filmed the show.
Oh.
And so we actually got to go in there, and like they actually built a house so you can actually go in the house and see the furniture and everything. And like we got a full tour of the ranch, and like they built like the set for the town there, and it's still it was at the time, it was still up and whatnot. Wow. And we went horseback riding on the Ponderosa. And like,
oh my God.
I grew up watching Bonanza, and it was just like,
yes. That's neat.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It's like living a whole new life for a little while.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
And they had a gunslinging magician there who was hilarious.
Oh, neat. That's interesting. When I think of ambient sounds these days, I think of those ambient sound channels on YouTube now, because that's pretty much. I don't know if there are still any websites or, back in the day there used to be CDs with ambient sounds and things, but that's all I know of right now.
I don't use them a lot. And I think they're behind the paywall. That's what I'm trying to check right now before I give a recommendation. But the meditation app that I use just added a bunch of really nice ambient sounds, and they've actually gotten some like big name composers to contribute to them. But I think they're behind the paywall. But I use Headspace for a lot of my meditation stuff. And of course, when you're trying to find something, you can never find it.
Yeah. On YouTube, I do like the Honest Guys, but I know they put out. Then I know they have a website, and they also put out CDs and digital downloads. So,
but
that's one that I know of. But I'm sure there's more.
They just added Hans Zimmer. That's who it was. He's doing ambient, just background music. Yeah, on there. Yeah. And so I use that from time to time, but that's the only thing that I know. And I think that they are a monthly.
He's so good at movie music.
Yeah.
Insane.
And he can write the movie music to your life.
Every movie that's ever made. Music by Hans Zimmer. Didn't he? What?
And he can add the music to your life.
What? Guess so. Let's see, what did I miss?
I've been working on my Pinterest boards. I was working on my Pinterest boards the last couple days, so those are coming along for
cool.
Because they're all connected to my playlist, the music playlist.
Okay.
But
that's cool.
So I'm sorry, I'm still trying to think of any places that, because everything else I can think of is technically lo-fi, not ambient. So
and what? DL. I can DL the ones I
Download.
Oh,
Maybe I can do a sprint of listening to ambient music. Might calm me down.
I really like the playlist
Yeah.
that Austin plays during her shows. Like, I'm not a big lo-fi person, but she's converting me. She's slowly converting me over.
I like her streams a lot.
Life
who's
goal.
doing today?
Austin K.
Oh, Austin K. Oh, yeah, me too. I don't often get a chance to go to her streams, but when I do, I always enjoy myself. He's really neat. I was looking up indies on Goodreads yesterday, and some with substantial reviews and decent star ratings. I had a chunk of reviews to maybe wonder how I got. Interesting. Some sort of review scam.
No kitties.
Well, no.
There are some of those that you can buy, and
But I wrote a review not too long ago, and it was for Goodreads when I reviewed Lauren Sevier's book that is just about to come out.
I try to leave reviews when I read stuff, but if I don't have anything to say, I sometimes don't, because I know when I'm looking at book reviews, if it's just like, I liked this book, like you're just like, okay, fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't take it seriously. You know what I'm saying? Like,
What about it? Yeah.
It may not just be your favorite thing, so.
Well, no, it's hard for me to write book reviews.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned that over time.
Especially from people that you may
No, because I know a lot of
loosely associate.
Yeah. Hey, Eva, I love swimming too, and so does my kid. We are all about swimming as much as possible. And we have a long swimming season here in Florida, so.
I love swimming.
You're
making me all kinds of blush. Hey, but you're making me blush.
You're 5'11". Cool.
Charlie, your smile's so great.
Everybody's trying to make me blush.
Your music recommendation.
That's fun.
I got requests for ice cream here.
Yeah. Yeah, me too, Eva. When I'd seen Savvy Writes Books system for reviewing, I was like, I really like that. And I wanted to have, I was trying to figure out how I was going to structure my review. I wanted it to be, not just, I liked it, like that other person.
Nice.
So I did what she did. And I think it came out all right.
And I need to start my rewatch of Gargoyles, Nikki. Like, yeah, I talked about it the other day. I really want to do it, but yeah, I'm glad that you found it. You learned that it was on the Disney Plus, because I'm very excited for it. We're doing Avatar right now, and I think after Avatar, we're gonna watch that because I want to watch it again. It's so good.
What kind of ice cream, Kat?
Yeah. I'm doing a reader review and an editor review. Oh, interesting. I can.
Angry car. Angry car.
I can 100% read a sloppy book and love the story.
I'm just saying, I almost started singing a ludicrous song right there. So,
yeah. Cat food.
Hashtag cat food. I'm not saying the cat might not be doing something with that, but Cat, how's it going? Are you working on that? Are you working on that?
Interesting. Two college-age girls walked into a gas station for ice cream. We left with several types of ice cream.
That's my life.
We
So
got
for
the
being the college age
whole
girl.
bunch of cones.
We have chocolate peanut butter or mint chocolate chip here at my house right now.
You know what I would do for some mint chocolate chip ice cream right now?
What would you do?
Would you? I would sell my husband for some mint chocolate chip ice cream right now. I'm sorry, I sent him to the store for ice cream a couple times, and he came home with cookies. Cookies are not ice cream.
What?
Sounds good.
Oh, that's odd. 2 about the author sections.
Were they the same? Because that may have been a proofreading error.
Yeah, I was more a copy editing error, but yeah.
Well, no, I'm saying a proof because I know there was an error in I know in the Kindle, what is it called? Kindle Publish or Kindle Create, where it was duplicating some sections. So if after you exported, if you didn't proof it one last time and look through and make sure that everything was right, it would have put a duplicate in. Because I know that was a problem. Because I noticed that in one of my own books, it had chapter 3 in it twice.
Oh my!
Now, did you hire in someone to do your formatting, or were you just experienced enough to format it?
I do my own. I do my own formatting. Well, actually, technically, I offshore that to Vellum now, but because Vellum does a lot of it automatically. You still have to go through and make sure it has made all the right choices, but I pretty much just use Vellum.
I've heard it. I haven't checked it out yet.
That would just kill me.
Yeah, I felt very confirmed in my use of Vellum the other day when I was watching the Courtney Project's latest video, and she was like, and then we got Vellum and our life improved. And I was just like, yes, because A, she's USA Today bestselling author, and B, she writes as much as I'm hoping to. So
Cat's food was cookie sandwiches.
I'm trying to think what
ice cream bars and 2
one of the box is featured Courtney's book.
That sounds good.
Box book. I'm trying to think which one. Sorry, Heather.
That's okay. I was just thinking.
Me too, out loud.
That's nice. Yeah. When I was in college, when I was young, I probably got the 99-cent something as a treat.
Yeah. Never did the college. Almost did the college. Didn't do the college.
I went to community college.
I did too.
Ava.
I probably learned more on my own.
I bet you have ice cream later.
There, for sure.
I'm sorry.
I said I think I've learned more on my own than I ever did there, for sure.
Same here. Except for maybe the last little bit that I did, because that was, I did go to college right after high school, but then I took a break and I did some, as an adult, and that was a heck of a lot better. They changed a lot of ways they do things.
Well, I was going to be a priest, and that kind of requires schooling.
Now you left me thinking about that, Charlie.
Yes, once upon a time, in the many lives that I could have led, I was working my way to join the seminary. Yeah.
I had a lot of military in my life when I was younger, a lot more so, off and on. But
Then the great thing that I love to just pop out every now and then just to shock people, and I am an ordained minister now.
nice.
Sends booking it. Hello.
I can imagine some writers retreat and
Cool.
Charlie's an ordained minister and somebody thinks too many drinks at the bar, Charlie's around, next thing you know.
Well, I don't know if it's ever going to happen, but I've got a friend who owns a retreat center out in Colorado, and she has tried on several occasions to talk me into holding retreats out there. So I've always said no, but if she asks me again after this whole world on fire thing and we can actually travel again, I might say yes. So there may be me holding retreats in the future. Who knows?
That would be nice.
Yeah, sometimes chatting, Eva, is sometimes you just get an idea and you just type so fast. I get it.
I don't know. I feel like I chat better than I write because, like, I'm so proficient at it. But
I kind of feel like we could chat about anything.
I have some
with
friends.
Charlie. I feel like we could talk about anything on this.
I try to be as proficient in as many topics as possible because, especially when events are happening, I never know what I'm going to be told, what events I'm going to have to speak about. So
You're doing really well, though. Congratulations again on that.
Yes.
I would not intentionally do a retreat. It's just like I said, she owns a retreat center in the mountains of Colorado. And so it would be really, really pretty with all the mountains. And she's got a river that goes through her property and like large open fields and whatnot, and cabins for people to stay in and all that. And so she has asked me in the past to do a retreat out there. And I don't like leaving my box. So I always said no. But I think it would be really, like, after all of this, I think we all need to get together, have a bonfire, and scream at the universe for a while. So if she asks again, I would probably say yes. But I don't have the oomph to organize a retreat. That's not, like, she would do the organizing. I would just have to speak at it.
Thank goodness. Eva, I think I think you pronounce it Navy, National Association of Independent Writer Editors. I just went to a conference of theirs, Eva, 2 weekends ago now. I do think that's where it's going next year. I do believe it's supposed to be St. Louis.
CB, I have to correct you. St. Olaf exists in our hearts. Because Rose Nyland is a deeply beloved part of my life. And if she says that St. Olaf is a place, St. Olaf is a place, and it will forever live in my heart. I'm sorry. I just have to correct you there. I just have to. I'm sorry. I have to defend my girls. I mean, I am the big gay Betty White after all. I got to defend my girls.
I love Betty White.
I don't know that, Devin. Olaf isn't a saint? What does that mean? I don't know.
Well, I don't even.
It has me curious.
I think. Yeah, Goliath falls for Elisa like really early in the series. Nikki. I do remember that. Like right away. He's just like, ooh, human lady, me like you. If you're talking about the thingy that she was talking about, no, there would be no internet. It would literally be like, we're going to go be dirty hippies in the woods with like giant fires and drum circles, because that's my people.
Yeah, I need to do a little something myself. There was a Golden Girls.
Good long as you don't have to sleep on the ground in tents.
Like I said, she has cabins out there, but
Bring that air mattress. Rent an RV.
I don't remember, Nikki. I don't remember. We were talking about that the other day, and I know that they have feels. And I'm wanting to say by season 3 they finally tell each other, but I don't remember. That's why I need to rewatch it. But I think by season 3. But
I'm gonna go make another espresso.
you're gonna turn into a hummingbird. We've talked about
I'm
that.
yawning though. I'm yawning. I have nowhere to be, nowhere to go. I'm right here. It's okay.
Okay, but if we see you start flying around your house, I'm gonna start calling you the Fae Bonnie.
It's
Or
espresso.
the Bonnie Fae.
Oh boy. Put milk in it.
I do.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm having a bit of weirdness today, because I didn't make my normal peach tea, my normal caramel apple tea for lunch. I made a lemon chiffon tea because I wanted lemon chiffon, and it's delicious, but it's weird because this should be apple. It's that time of day. I'm usually drinking an apple tea.
Well, I decided to stay away from wine tonight, so I didn't want to be drinking alcohol tonight.
I have a bottle of Takai for later, because there will be celebration.
You have reason.
I do.
Oh, that's true. Good point. Good point.
Ow.
Well, on that note, would people like a 20-minute timer?
Yeah. Let's do it.
It's ready to go. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go. Sprint. Okay. How did everybody do? I said goodnight to my kid, got a little something to drink, did a bit more research, and wrote a bit of my plan for NaNoWriMo.
I also refreshed my drink, got some ice cream for everybody, and about half a page edit.
I finally got my claim code from Spotify, and I'm trying to make sure the new show shows up in all the right categories, and we're having a bit of a fight over that. But that's because I can only pick 3 music genres, and I'm just like, but there are more. There's so many more. Why do I have to pick 3? But okay, fine, 3. We'll do that, I guess. That Nick keeps wanting to say I'm in the UK, and I'm not in the UK. I kind of wish I was in the UK. Woohoo! Sorry. It's in. Categorized.
And Devin is stream hopping. That's okay. No problem. CB got 617 words.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, really nice.
That's awesome.
That should have taken a lot less time to do, but I realized I also didn't have a show trailer, so I made a quick, dirty show trailer during the sprint. So.
Oh my. Wow.
But yay, I'll be able to see my stats because I'm a stats nerd. I'm sorry. I'm excited. I'm all the excited.
Here you go. Good for you.
I kind of made a checklist for Nano in this little book. For every 500 words till 40,000, then every 100 at the end. So
I had this out yesterday. I pulled this out yesterday. This is my actual word number counts for Nano last year.
Nice.
Because I keep meticulous records. I'm that person. And I'm just looking at this going, I thought it was so hard writing. And I'm like looking at my word counts and I'm like, I do like double to triple that now daily. Wow.
Something that really helped me during Nano and writing this last project was every time I did a writing sprint or wrote by myself, I would write down who I wrote with, what day, and how I was feeling in the document right before, and then I just cut and paste it out into another sheet when I'm done. And then I have a whole list of who I wrote with, how I felt, how productive I was.
Yeah, this was when I was trying to figure out how sprints work for me. So I have how long I sprinted for. Mm-hmm. See, I'd originally started earlier, but I figured out the best times because I was doing time of day. But then I realized I knew what time of day I write better. So how long I sprinted for, when I sprinted, and then how much I got per sprint. And then, of course, the word totals.
Nice.
And
like a handwritten spreadsheet, pretty much.
What? Yeah. Yeah. And
yeah, I like that.
Well, I did it by hand because I found that when I typed it in, because I'd done this before, and when I typed it in, I didn't pay attention to it. It was like gone. And the process of having to write each number down, and then when I added each sprint, I had to manually add up my total for the day each time because I made myself do that. It made it sink in better for me and helped me learn like how I write better. You know what I'm saying? Like what size sprint is a good sprint for me? What's too long? And diminishing returns, what's too short and I don't really get enough done. and stuff. And I have my numbers in here through, they keep going. And I'm really curious to see what this year's Nano is going to look like. Because like I said, I was struggling to write because I was writing, this would have been book 3 in Whisper in the Dark when I was writing this. And I'm like looking at my word counts here and just like remembering what a struggle it was. And like this whole thing that I've been doing this year of trying to exercise my imagination so that I can get more words done, that I don't think you have to write every day. I'm not one of those people that like, if you don't write every day, you're not a real writer, because those people are just evil. But the more you write, the more you get used to the act of writing. And so I'm looking at the totals in here, like going, that used to be such a struggle to get that 1,300 words. And now I have that done like before lunch, usually.
Sorry, I was momming.
The thing is, it's all attitude, right?
Actually, I think it's about keeping your creativity in tune, because attitude has a big part of it, but imagination's a muscle just like any other skill. Like the more you use it, the better, the more it responds when you go to use it. It develops its habits. And that's the real thing that I'm trying to get my schedule worked out on, because I would go through these like binge purge periods where I would write a book and then edit a book and then write a book and then edit a book. And when I went back to writing, it was painful to get back into the habit of writing again. Because I'd gotten out of the habit of writing. And so I'm trying to get myself to a point where I'm always writing on a project and then editing in the background, like at the same time, letting them overlap. Like not editing the same project I'm writing, but you know what I'm saying.
I journal a lot myself, and so even those days that I don't feel like writing on a project, I'm still writing. You know what I mean? Just to kind of keep it in the routine. Even if you need a break from, even if I should speak better. Even if I need a break, because I'm insinuating. Even if I need a break, sometimes as long as I write in that journal entry, I feel okay about it.
Yeah, it's all about keeping those habits. It's all about keeping those habits.
It's very true. Kat, I need to do that as well, by the way. Word tracker. So we were talking about word trackers. I still need to put. I want to put something in my little.
I'm trying to think who said this, but he said 2 rotten stinking double-faced pages a day. As long as you can 2 rotten stinking double-faced pages.
I've heard that. I know that phrase. Where did I hear that?
Do you know what I mean? So like,
yeah.
Even if it's nonsense, just keep yourself going. Even if it's on a writing prompt, you know what I mean? A journal entry, a letter to somebody, just
right.
And as far as word trackers go, I've digitally, granted, I've got like my Nano, it's not my Nano, my Wordy spreadsheet that I'm filling in, but I also use Story Origin, which I think is at storyoriginApp.com. I think they're currently free. So yeah, storyoriginApp.com. They're currently free, and you can set up a per project word tracker. And it basically works kind of like the Nano site used to.
Yeah.
No shade, but it kind of works like the old Nano site used to. They have a lot of other features that are really nice over there, like doing newsletter swaps and all that, because they want to. He's hoping to have it be a full like author services thing when he's done with it. But it's in beta, and I've used it for a while now, and it works really, really well.
Sorry about that. Can you repeat the name of that again for everyone?
It's storyoriginApp.com. and I almost used it for 4 mil wordy, but I did sometimes when you do a really long database in something, it freaks out, and I didn't know how it would handle, because it's really for tracking your progress while you're writing and editing individual projects, because you can set yourself deadlines and it will do the math for you on how many words you need to write a day to hit your targets and stuff. It's really useful for a lot of that, and I like it a lot, and I'm hoping I don't know how much longer it is going to stay free. But here, I'll put a link in the chat because I see some other people asking what the name of it is. So there we go.
But that's a great idea, Kat. Sometimes just a little bit of literal cutting and literal cutting and pasting.
But I put a link to the site in the chat, and but like I said, it's free right now because it's in beta, and I don't know how long it's going to be. But he's a writer himself, and he's like, one of the reasons he started building this website is every site that did what he wanted was too expensive. And that's true. Like, a lot of writer services are really expensive.
It's true.
And especially for people just starting out. Like, I could imagine, like, if I was a New York Times bestseller, I would look at some of those prices and be like, pshaw, that's easy. I can do that, but like, how many of us are going to be New York Times bestselling authors? Because, you got to know people on the editorial board, because New York Times bestseller list is rigged, if you don't know. But
I just want to put something out that will engage people and be an enjoyable reading experience. That's my goal.
Same.
For sure. Hello, Megan.
Hello, Megan.
It's not necessary.
What'd you say, Bonnie?
I said a bestseller would be nice, but not everybody can be, right?
Well, aim if you want to be a bestseller, aim for the USA Today, because they're actually based off of book sales. A lot of people want that New York Times bestseller, but that's not based off book sales. It's based off of knowing people on the editorial board and being sold in 10 bookstores.
Wow.
Specifically, that they call up and get the sales data from, and also talk about what is everybody talking about. Like, it's the New York Times bestseller list is rigged, has been rigged for a long time, and it's not. That's why the New York Times bestseller list and the USA Today list don't match up. And if you actually look at the New York Times list and you see some of them will have a dagger next to it, that little thing that looks like a T, the little symbol kind of looks like a T. That means that somebody bought more than 1,000 copies of it in one purchase. So somebody basically bought their way onto bought 1,000 copies of their own book, so that their numbers would be good enough to be on the list. And they do stuff like that all the time. So don't trust that one. It's the prestigious one. It's the one that everybody wants listed on their book cover, but it really doesn't mean.
I just want to put out a quality product.
Yeah, me too.
I'll get 2021.
2021.
2021, the year of rapid release, because I'm writing enough kinds of novels that no matter what that year throws at me, I should still be able to publish something. Dang it.
At this rate, I'll still be editing 2021 of all 2020's work. At this rate, I'll be editing till the end of 2021.
Hello, Tessa. I haven't got to check my messages yet. I saw you sent me a message on Instagram, but I haven't checked them yet. Because
I just realized my little banner is still going across.
I probably would have forgotten about this if you hadn't DM'd me last night, Heather. I mean, I've just been so busy today. That luckily I saw your DM last night. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Tomorrow's Thursday. Yay! It's Heather Bonnet Day.
Oh, thanks for having me. It's always, I look forward to Thursdays.
I do too.
Oh, thank you so much, guys.
I'm such a little kid right now.
So am I.
No, like seriously, I'm sitting here like.
Are you using all of your stickers on one piece of paper?
That's it.
Is that your planner?
Yeah, it's just one of the pages in the front, and I found these stickers, so I'm just I don't know, occupying my caffeinated self.
I had found this sticker book I had splurged on around my somewhere around my birthday at Walmart of all places.
You're not
It's
my.
really nice, actually. It's got some foiled bits, but they're paper.
Earlier today, I was just sitting there for like 40 minutes, like doing the different Snapchat filters. Childish.
No, I haven't been on Snapchat.
Yeah, I don't do the Snapchat, but I do that with the Instagram filters like a lot.
Every once in a while,
I made myself spaghetti. I made myself.
You can always tell the day I'm bored because my Instagram story is just like 1,000 pictures of me in different poses with different filters. Because I got bored.
I went for a walk by myself this morning and tried to do some vlogging, then erased all the vlogs I took because I didn't like it. But I had a nice walk this morning.
There you go. I had a short walk this morning because my husband went with me. Because, well, for many reasons, I'm not going to go into that. Yeah, he went with me this morning. It was nice.
It's nice. You probably had some time to talk to each other.
Yeah. Exactly. So that was cool.
Where's my
this one sticker book I was just looking at? Wait. Oh, it has some stickers that you can color.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It's like meditation. It says peace of mind. There's trees, an alarm clock, a running shoe, water, healthy fruits and vegetables. Oh, look, one actually says more fruits and vegetables. That is for me. Because maybe just reminders would be good.
I feel left out. I was looking for my stickers, and then I remembered I left them on my other desk. So I don't have to go in the other room for stickers.
Oh, what a pretty. What I do?
I don't have a ton, but I have a little bit of stickers.
My niece, my youngest niece, was shocked and chagrined when she found out that I did not collect stickers. And so she makes it her business to find stickers that I will absolutely love and want to put on things and send them to me. Like, no, this has to be fixed. We have the technology. You're going to be into stickers. And so I've got a bunch of them.
Moon Bunny Creations sent me a new sticker.
I saw that.
I won.
Cool.
I won with the keyword enter me. And I won a journal.
Oh, right.
That's awesome. I love Sedge. I love Sedge so much.
Me too. She's got a special place in my heart. So, and she knows it. So
that's cool. You know what? During her poetry workshop during the AuthorTube virtual writing retreat, well, I hadn't written poetry in probably 20 years. But you know what? I wrote a whole bunch of poetry that day.
Nice. Wonderful.
Wait a minute. Was one of the panels on writing poetry?
Yeah.
I missed that one. Okay, wait.
I might have it in a playlist. It might be in a playlist on my channel. I think it might be.
Because I'm gonna have to.
And all of that is still out there too, and it's probably still on her channel because I know mine is on my channel.
Yeah, it would go right to her channel from my playlist, I would think.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it would. Kat, you need to start working on your paper, and it's due at midnight.
Well, you know.
What kind of paper?
But yeah, what kind of
Can go pretty
would
fast.
you like? It's 8:40.
Mhm.
Let me set one up.
You know, I feel like I completely missed the last one.
Mm.
Like, I thought I attended it, but I'm looking at the playlist now and like I don't remember watching any of these.
Mm.
Hmm.
Can't be at
What
everything.
mental state was I in?
Something going on this weekend, maybe.
Okay.
Oh, it's half done. Well, half is at least it's half done.
Half done is better than not started.
This is true.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me set us up. I think 20 is my sweet spot.
See, I can't do my sweet spot on a stream because my sweet spot is 45. 45 minutes. I can get 1,200 words every 45 minutes on the dot like that, if not
Wow.
more. And that's my sweet spot. But people get mad when you do a stream and you're just like, we're gonna sprint for 45 minutes because most people don't do that. So 20's my next best. Yeah, I feel like I missed so much.
Okay. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, sprint. Okay. How did everybody do? What did everybody do? I did a bit of research. That's what I
I
did.
did 2.5 pages of handwritten notes for my character's arc for Nano.
I thought I was doing all kinds of announcement stuff over thingies.
Yay.
Because I have a happy day.
A kitty.
I forgot that you had cats, Bunny, and when Devin said that, I went, "What?" I don't see no cats.
I have a little dog too, but she's really lazy.
Well, I have a lazy dog too, but she's not little.
Yeah, she's old. She's an old lady.
Well, we got one of those too. She's approximately 13 or so, maybe 14 or so. And she's
Almost.
a Beagle mix. She's a Beagle and American Bulldog mix. So
My
she's
dog is
bulky.
I miss my
mine is
beagle.
Bichon Papillon.
I'm sorry?
I have no idea what you just said. Bonnie,
A
you
Bichon
silent.
Papillon mix.
Bichon Papillon mix.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And this is my gas station cat. My country road gas station cat.
I'm still really into peanuts, but when I was a kid, because I love Snoopy so much, my parents got me a beagle, and so
Oh, that's cool. Beagles are awesome.
they are.
The most Beagle thing about my dog, Molly, is her nose. Nose to the ground, nose to the ground, nose to the ground. When you walk her. Yeah. That's pretty much it. And she's got that black and white pattern as well, with the black at the base of the tail. Pretty much everything else though is bulldog. She's got a bulldog head and ears, so she's got these little ears with this big body. It's kind of cute.
He's so cute.
This cat. He's too much.
That works, Cat.
Sorry, an ups truck just went down the street, and I'm just like, really at this time?
Hey, my husband calls it that. That's funny. Yeah, my husband calls it ups.
I used to call it oops because we had a really bad delivery guy who, like, the packages always looked like they went through a mangler before they got here. And so it was the oops truck. But they have a new guy who's been really good and really nice. And I'm trying to retrain myself instead of saying oops to say ups or UPS because the new guy's not that bad.
Brown do for you.
Well, this is better than it was.
Break everything we order for a very long time. That's what they did.
I've seen videos of people just literally chucking things over fences and.
Okay, so really? I'm not the fastest moving person in the world because, bad backpack, bad legs, I'm a mess. But I would be opening the door and he would be in the middle of the front lawn and he would just chuck it at the door. And I'm just like
it's a newspaper. Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm standing right here.
Yeah, and
you can see me. What are you doing?
Does he want his job?
I don't have fences, but I have a pretty long driveway, so I try to meet them like halfway down. So they don't usually the dog barks and I'm like, oh, somebody's here.
Yeah.
I'm not going to have a long driveway again until I start my commune.
Oh, it's a pain in the butt, especially in winter.
Yeah. And then my sister's property, she has a very long driveway. And
Ooh.
yeah, and there's always issues with the neighbor, with the what do you call it? Yeah, there's a word. I'm a writer. I can say words. Yeah, there's a word I can't think of.
I have learned this. I'm a
Oh,
writer. I can.
Do they have a shared driveway?
Say again?
Do they have a shared driveway?
No, but there's a
Okay.
property line.
I have learned over the
Very
years. I'm a
random.
writer. I can put
There's a
words in a
term I
book,
can't
but I
think of.
cannot say them on command.
Yeah, saying words on command doesn't
My,
always.
my words are for paper.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I save all my best words for the manuscript. I get the trash that's left over. For anybody who is sensitive to such things and who cares, the new moon cycle has just begun. It will be
Should I
peaking
read
tomorrow.
aloud? Let me I'm sorry. Should I flip to any page and just start reading aloud? Sorry. Oh.
I'm just very excited for this new moon. I'm very excited. I have things to do tomorrow.
Hmm.
A few things to do tonight.
Tomorrow's Friday, isn't it?
Yes. Tomorrow is Friday, and
Yes.
Friday.
it's going to be the most torn fanfiction Friday I've had in a while because I'm going to want to keep working on my vampire story. So I might try to justify, well, it's vampire fan fiction, like of an entire mythological species. Because I really enjoyed the story. So we'll see what I work on tomorrow.
How about a space vampire? No, I don't know.
Oh no, I did one of those. My book Shine Like Thunder is about space vampires. I started reading. There's a type of vampire in India called a bhutto that can't touch the ground. The ground is like poison for them. Like our vampires can't be out in the sun, they can't touch the earth because the earth is holy and they are not. And so I took that quite literally in the story, and they exist only in space and they can't touch down on the planets. And yeah, I had a lot of fun writing them. But yeah, I've written that book. If you like space vampires, Shine Like Thunder is the book for you. Maybe.
Would you like to go to Transylvania?
Yes. Yes, I am obsessed with Vlad Tepes.
Yeah.
I am obsessed with Bram Stoker. I yes.
I'm so jealous. I have a cousin who was there on Halloween last year in Transylvania.
Ooh.
Yeah, on Halloween.
Wow.
So jealous.
I love vampires, and I was actually working on a vampire novel just before the Twilight craze happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I got so mad that I have no idea where it is. Like, I don't think I threw it away, but I might have just thrown it away because don't ask me about my reactions to Twilight. Actually, you don't have to ask me. I've been podcasting for 13 years. They're on. You can just search them because they've been recorded for posterity. But yeah, I was not happy about all that. So this is my first time back with like real non-shenanigan vampires in a while. And it's very like it's basically Castlevania if it were sexy. Like it's just it's like in my head the main vampire talks like Bela Lugosi. Like it's bad, but I'm having so much fun writing it. Hello, my sweet child of the night. Not that I watch that movie way too much because it's on HBO Max. By the way, all of the classic Warner Brothers monsters, Universal monsters are on there. So if you need to get your Boris Karloff on, or your original Invisible Man, they're all there. Creature from the Black Lagoon, all of it. and it makes me so happy. Like I like a good monster story. And one of these days, I will do a retelling of Dracula from Lucy's point of view, because Lucy was done dirty. But we'll see.
Do you ever feel like you have so many different projects going on that you're just like, because you're so busy, Taylor?
Yes.
A little bit, but at least for me, I've got them kind of scheduled out in my head, so I know what I'm working on when, because I have like pseudo fake deadlines in my head that when I want them to be done by, and that's kind of keeping me from going nuts. But yeah, I've got a lot of stuff that needs editing and writing. A lot.
Yeah, that sounds about right for me as well.
For some reason, when I started this third editing draft, I thought it was going to be in much better shape than it is.
Well, I will say,
I thought it was going to be like almost done. Now I'm like rethinking so much.
Do you have a critique partner or a beta group?
I have a couple people that are reading things for me, but they're not professional writers. So,
because I always think my stuff is like the worst ever because I'm so close to it and I've spent so much time with it. All I can see are the flaws. Like I can still see the cracks of mistakes corrected.
Oh yeah, there's flaws. There's a lot of flaws.
I'm just saying. Sometimes you need to get them. Get it in the
before
the eyes of some other person.
It's not all content flaws. It's like I hit the space bar in places there shouldn't be a space bar, or there's some things that stupid stuff that I should have caught that isn't even like to deal with the story. It's just stuff I missed. I'm just like, how could I miss that? How could I miss that? How could I miss that? How could I miss that?
Because you're so close to it, and that's why there are editors.
Yeah. Well, I took a good break in between, so maybe that's why I'm finding everything. Is because I took them away. Now I'm seeing it again, and plus I'm learning a lot as I go too. So I go back and I find more things to fix. So.
Oh yeah. Myself as well.
So words fall. To answer your question, my personal opinion, I have some alpha readers who get my dirtiest copies of the books, like really early on, that help with developmental stuff. That because there are stories that a lot of my fiction, because of the style of fiction that I write, is not exactly slice of life or stream of consciousness, but I don't write a lot of plot heavy stories. Like it's much more character. A lot of my stuff's very character driven. So I need a second set of eyes to be like, is there a story here? Like, did I just hang out with this person for a long time? Is there actually a story here? And so I have people that I trust that get to see my early dirty drafts, my alphas, and then and I get them in fairly early because I want their feedback as fast as I can get it. And betas, I would say, should come in after you think you have finished your developmental edits. Once you think, to me, when it moves from alpha to beta is when you think you've done all that you're going to do to change the story. Like the story is set in. The words may not be set in yet because you haven't done your line editing or anything like that yet. But you're pretty sure that the story has congealed into its final form. That to me is when I would go reach out to betas.
I feel like that story is complete. I don't feel like it's missing anything in the plot and stuff like that. It's just I want to clean it more. There's some words that I go back and read and be like, okay, this is very basic, but I want to be more descriptive without saying so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Speaking things.
because the main thing that I have to take care of after developmental edits is going through and getting rid of some of the white rooms and turning some things into white rooms, because sometimes I can say it's on a farm in upstate New York, and that's fine. You don't need to know every freaking tree that's on the lot. If I say farm in upstate New York, you can visualize that from there.
Yeah.
Without getting all Gorman-gassed on this. Because if you really want to know what overwriting is, read Gorman-gassed. It's a great book, but you know what the mice are doing in every room. Like, you just... you know how many grains of dust are on each doorknob. I mean, it's very detailed. It's very detailed. But yeah, that's when I would bring betas in, is after I'm pretty sure that the story has congealed, because betas can be helpful with like line edit stuff, but the main thing with beta readers is I'm personally looking more for, like, who is this book for? And how are people going to react to it? But people use their betas for all kinds of different things. There are quite a few authors who don't show stuff to their betas till it's basically in a proofread stage. And so that's up to you.
A couple people have offered. I don't know. Being the first fiction book that I want to completely finish, I want it to be really polished. So,
well, see, I moved mine back to the stage that it's at now because I tend to try to quash flowery language in my writing when it gets like overly poetic, because I have a tendency to get a bit poetic in my writing sometimes. And I showed it to a friend of mine, and they're like, "Why doesn't your finished stuff read like this?" And I'm like, "Because I kill all that." I started showing it to people earlier because I love getting those highlights, and I encourage people at the beta phase to highlight, like, I love this phrase. Like, I love this sentence. Like, finding out what ones of those should be preserved and which ones are like, "Oh, Charlie got purple here." Like, the prose has gone a little bit overboard.
I think I'm a little backwards from you because I'm write more nonfiction, and so I tend to be very blunt, to the point, and exact, and I need to learn to flush out the details a little bit better. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. I tend to be that way. I think for the same reason, because I used to do that too.
Very blunt to the point.
Nonfiction and journalism and stuff. So I think that it rubbed off on me that way, in the same way.
It's a learning process. I'm a baby writer, so yeah.
I tend to treat most of my stuff as if I'm writing prose poems. So I let myself kind of have moments, and sometimes my moments last way too long and they need to be cut out. And sometimes, they're good and they need to stay. I
feel like I'm a baby or toddler fiction writer. It's going to take me a while to grow up into fiction writing.
Words Fall. I see you say you don't know how to edit. Natalia Lee actually has some very good videos on the stages of editing, just so you know, like, the basics.
Right. Yes, she got lots of videos.
Yeah, but like, if you go back in her channel, she actually started that series with, like, here's what developmentals are, here's what line editing is, here's what proofreading is, and she actually talked about a couple kinds of editing that I had not really thought about before in that video.
Probably substantive or something.
Yeah. And
go ahead.
And I also recommend, like, if you can watch any of basically go to any of the replays of any of Meadow Lamoureux's streams on her channel that she does the streams, because at some point she will have a moment where some grammar thing will stick out to her, and she'll basically give a TED talk on that point of grammar, and it's so educational. It's so wonderful. This week it was on the proper use of ellipses, em dashes, and colons.
Very fascinating. I wish I had heard more than I had, but it was fascinating. I remember something like M dash. I heard M dash. What's going on?
I've been trying. I'm going to try to get her to clip those out and make them into separate videos because they're so handy. Like when she does like those deep dives, so people can find them. But
and also, I am planning on creating some content very soon. So my plan is to have some things, and actually I have in the past, like probably, when I first started doing videos for this channel like 3 years ago, when I didn't know what I was doing. I had done a few videos, and one was about the differences between proofreading and copy editing. And I think I'm pretty sure I did a copy editing 101 or something to that effect. You'd have to kind of dig around. They were done in 2017, so they're pretty old. So I was thinking of redoing those actually, and
that would be really handy.
So that's what one thing I was thinking of doing coming up.
I envy editors in some ways because I've been trying to figure out what kinds of content to do other than the weird vlogish things that I do for my channel, and just like I don't feel like I'm enough of an expert on a lot of the writing topics to do that. And it seems like every time I talk about publishing, I get into a fight with somebody, and I'm just tired of that. So.
So actually, I could have mentioned this earlier, but I didn't think about it. But so yeah, my plan is to get some of this filmed over the course of the next, like prior to, or maybe start, having them filmed and uploaded maybe prior to the end of November, because I figure that way there are going to be a lot of people ready to start editing, and maybe something on self-editing as well for after Nano is over.
That would be a really good time to do it too.
Yeah.
Like especially if you have, because December, January is when people are going to start thinking about that.
Yes, I was thinking December, mostly probably January, because I think a lot of people would take some time off first. I thought of that.
Well, you could do like the intro videos, like what is this, what is that, and the how-to, and that would get you through December.
Yes, that was.
And then the how-tos in January, maybe. I'm all about batch recording.
Yeah, believe me, I'm absorbing the information on batch recording and batch planning and stuff.
I think that when I say baby writer a few moments ago, I was listening to Brandon Sanderson this morning, and he was talking about how it takes about 10 years to really become great in your field of writing and all this stuff. And I'm like, well, writing I've been doing forever. The fiction novel writing I've only been working on a few years. So I feel like I got to clarify that.
Yeah. Next week is the week that I burn all bridges of possibly ever having a friendship with Brandon Sanderson. So
what happened?
Oh no! Next week, because it's already been recorded and scheduled, is the topic of hard magic systems. And I'm like, if you want to do one, go listen to Brandon's stuff. I'm going to tell you all the reasons why you should never do a hard magic system. Let's go. And like, it's not like a rebuttal of Brandon. I just think that hard magic systems are the way to stop people from reading your books. And they can be done well. I've read them done well. But if you're not like, they're the quickest way to destroy a fantasy book is to put a hard magic system in them.
You know more than me about that, for sure.
like as soon as I got it done, I was like, oh, I'll probably never be able to be friends with Brandon Sanderson now because he's all about the hard magic systems, and
He
I
still has
appreciate
great lectures.
I appreciate them. I appreciate them when they're done well, but I feel like I'm reading Moby Dick half the time when somebody does a hard magic system because, okay, yes, it's important to know all the ins and outs of whaling to understand the rest of that book.
Mm-hmm.
But I did not sign up for a master class on how to go hunt down and kill whales.
I'll take it. I'll take the master class, please.
I'll just say that's what most people don't realize Moby Dick is. Like the first half of the book is literally like a textbook on how to hunt whales.
Mm-hmm.
And like down to how to make the knots and everything. That way, when you get into the actual story where they're hunting the whale, you understand what's going on. And that's one of the things that makes that book a nightmare to get through. And the other is his grammar and diction. But I'm sorry. I've read Melville. It's a good book for what it is. And my brother-in-law is the descendant of the cabin boy from the boat that book was based on. So I have a connection to that story. But yeah, it's I feel like most books with hard magic systems are like reading Moby Dick.
Nice cat.
Oh, it's almost impossible to read. Like, if you start asking questions about knots, when somebody tells you that they've read Moby Dick, start asking questions about knots. Like, don't go to like Queequeg or any of the other characters in the book. Just start asking questions about knots. How many kinds of harpoons are there that a whaler needs to have on their ship, on their little ship when they go out? If they start like, if their eyes glaze over and they're like, okay, they need to have 6, and you need the one with the hook, you need the one that's got the arrow point, and start like feeling like they're reciting stuff from grammar school, they've read the book. It is. No, it is.
Yeah.
Because you wanted to make sure you understood the events later. So it literally starts with a manual on whaling. And that's a lot of the book. And it's dry and it's boring. And I've actually found myself like trying to make it interesting, buying rope and trying to do the knots.
No. Really?
Yes.
No.
Just to make myself want to continue reading. It is not an exciting book until you get through all that. But
why'd you buy rope? You could have just used some silk scarves.
No, he's very insistent on the texture being necessary, because if the rope that you're using doesn't have the proper grip to it, the knot will slip and it won't actually hold. So you need to make sure that you're using a hemp rope, and it needs to be of a certain diameter. Oh no, I feel like I could go kill a whale. After I read that book, like I knew how to do it.
Sorry, my mind was not in the same place.
Oh no, I know. Yeah, it was a thing. But yeah, that's gonna be fun when that comes out next week.
So you said Moby Dick for knot tying, huh?
Oh, Moby Dick's got a lot about knot tying, a lot, and a lot about like various bladed things and how to properly row a boat given various weather conditions. It's got a lot.
Well, he established a certain tone then, for sure.
Oh yeah. And like I said, it's smart the way he did it, because by the time you actually get to the story where you're like, I am Ahab and I'm going out to hunt a whale, he doesn't have to explain anything after that point because he's already explained it to you. So you can very clearly visualize everything that's going on the boat. And like, when one of the bad things is about to happen, because you're like, wait a minute, that's the wrong kind of knot. No.
That's the wrong kind of knot.
it was a smart thing for him to do, but at the same time, it was like, because you had to read through it.
Those are when you go. Keep it moving, yeah.
Oh, he
Seriously.
he did not.
A few notations in my work planner here.
Staying busy over there, Heather?
I'm sorry?
I said, are you staying busy over there?
Yeah, I am. I'm listening and writing a few things at the same time. I seem to concentrate well when I'm doing two things at once. Usually.
That's kind of why I wish I could turn my Fanfiction Friday more into the way that like Sage and them do it, because I like the way that they do it, but I don't think it would work well for a lot of the people that show up, so I don't do it that way. No, they just like talk and
I
read
get a
their
lot.
stories. I do too.
I get a lot of fan fiction wrote.
I do too.
But they're also on the screen entertaining, so it's a little bit more difficult.
Yeah.
How much longer does everyone want to keep streaming? I know it's my channel, but you know, you are my guests as well.
I don't have any other plans tonight. I'm probably gonna have to go. I don't even know if I'm cooking tonight. So
You didn't eat dinner yet?
no, but we own a restaurant and we're on like restaurant schedule, so we don't ever have dinner till like 9-10 o'clock at night. But our daily schedule is shifted late because of the restaurant. So we basically we keep the restaurant out. We keep the restaurant hours, which
yeah. What kind of food?
we at the restaurant we do new American cuisine and a lot of fusion dishes.
Nice.
Lately we've been doing like around the world, kind of pick a country and zero in on their cuisine. This month was because of we knew we were going to do something for Oktoberfest, so this month was German food. Which I love German food. Love German food.
I made a lot of. I cooked a lot today.
But last month we did a lot of true Mexican food, which was a lot of fun.
Yum. Yeah.
Which confused a lot of people because they were more familiar with the Tex-Mex.
We have some pretty good Mexican restaurants around us here. Not like California, but you know, I had some great food when I was out there. So, upstate New York, we have some.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, you got to remember. I'm sorry. Continue.
Oh, I was gonna say we have a lot of just a variety of things in this area because of just an influx of people in general, as being Florida, but so we have just a wide variety here. It's crazy because it's a vacation spot, really. So we have a lot of restaurants.
Yeah, we have a lot of choices too.
Well, Megan, the reason we have crazy hours is we also have a bar at the restaurant. So the kitchen actually closes at about 9:30, but the bar stays open until about 2. So
thank you so much for coming. Sen's booking it. I love your name. Awesome cat. Hello.
That's awesome.
And that explains it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope his customers don't get too confused by the change of cuisine.
No, we have a standard menu, that
Oh.
we keep. That we change our standard menu seasonally, but every month we do chef specials for the weekends, and those change every week. You got to keep it exciting so people have a reason to give you money.
Gotta freshen things up every once in a while, I guess.
I've worked in a few restaurants.
Do that often, actually. What did you say, Bonnie?
I said I've worked in a few restaurants.
I've worked in a couple myself, actually.
Yeah, much younger years, but not so much into physical labor anymore.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, I'm kind of good on that.
Yeah,
walk
actually,
all the physical labor I want, or a bike ride or something. That's good enough.
Yeah, I have too many issues with I have like circulation issues with my legs, so I kind of can't be on my feet. Hey, that's awesome. Keep going, yes.
I'm about to start sending out interview invites for a lot of different things, both for the writing and the music shows. So
very nice.
That's the hardest part, is like figuring out which ones of the people that I know to pester and which ones of the people I don't know to be like, hi, guy. Because if I can get an interview with Sharon Denadell, like that, by the way, is my goal, is by the end of next year to have interviewed Sharon Denadell once.
Now that you've said it,
that's my goal.
It's already been put out there.
Yep.
So it's in the universe.
It's in the universe.
You have said it.
I don't know if I'll be able to pull that off, but like I want to do that. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that. I'd also love to do an interview with Tobias Forge, but he does not do a lot of interviews. So I doubt I would be able to get that one, no matter how hard I tried. But
yeah, kind of reminded me of something that I need to write down.
I feel like I got a good amount of work done.
I didn't get as much writing done as I wanted to, but considering I had a super secret happy thing happen that I needed to start marketing tonight. Yeah, I got an amazing amount of work done, and I'm very happy. Hello, Amber.
Yeah, hello, Amber.
Yes,
I'm writing something down, and I look up, and
feeling pretty good. I pushed myself to do just a little bit more editing tonight, even though pushed a little bit further.
A little bit more of that elephant eating.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Yeah, Amber, that would be fun. I'm terrible at reaching out to people, so IMC Dorset on Twitter and Instagram, and my DMs are open. So, or find me on Discord. I wherever you message people. I think I set up a thing where people can publicly email me on the website, but I make no promises because my memory is a sieve lately.
I'm always working on my lives. Although things tend to happen, sometimes they don't go as well as I would like, but I think they're going better over the last couple of months.
They're fun.
Yeah, thank you.
Fun.
I like being here Thursdays.
I'm looking at switching up the format for some of mine because I really like doing them, but I don't know. I want more structure in my life. But, so be warned, everybody.
I love that. I love that voice you made. For my
love.
One of my coping mechanisms, all of the
cool.
inclinations have a voice.
I love it.
That is my get the things done voice.
I love that voice. It's making me laugh. Like giddy.
But I can relate.
Couple things that I've learned about doing lives over the last couple months is practice makes perfect. Like you'll get more comfortable with it because the technology is a POS, if we're being honest, but you start learning what its flaws are and how to mitigate them to the best of your ability. And as far as like audience and stuff goes, like it's weird. Like it happens, or you never know. You never know. One Wednesday we'll have like 30 some people in one of my lives, and then the next Wednesday there'll be like 6. I mean, it's you just don't know. And
there's a couple writing lives I missed this week. I really missed.
I wanted to delete. I might have. I don't remember. But that was a while back. That's when I had issues with my schedule. Commander-in-Chief, Yeah, go live.
I feel like now that I have a music show, Nikki, I need to have you on it just to talk about Demi Lovato.
There you go.
Like we should record a Demi Lovato episode. I think you would have fun with that. Because
I have heard that there are a ton of editing podcasts, so I don't know if I'd ever do that because there are apparently quite a few.
Okay, here's the thing I'm going to say about writing podcasts, because I was very loath to actually start one. And I went and listened to every world building podcast that's out there. And the one thing that I learned is because it's an art, not a science, we all do it differently. And we all have our different tips, tricks, and whatever. And like a lot of the stuff that I do, I didn't hear anybody else talking about. And I'm not saying that just to puff my own self up, but I think that's true with editing. I listen to a lot of editing podcasts. And for the most part, they're all different, except for the ones that you can tell that they bought somebody else's book and they're just kind of saying what's in the book because you've read that book too. And they're just not crediting the book that they're reading from. No tea, no shade, not saying who those are, but I've definitely listened to a couple of those.
Okay.
But you'll find podcasting especially is all about having a voice and a presentation style, because you will say things differently and that will make it click with people. Like that's what it's all about.
That's true.
And
it's all about stating an opinion, really.
Yeah. And becoming comfortable doing that and saying what you need to say in the way that you want to say it. Because podcasting is actually the one thing that I really feel like really comfortable talking about, because back when we were running the Confessed, that show was freaking huge and it was bigger than it should have been. And we were getting like show notes and stuff sent to us by the people who actually ran the show that we were talking about, because we were the biggest like fan thing for them. But the only reason we got huge was we were just such geeks about it. Like we just were ourselves. We goofed off, we had fun, we were silly, and it made people interested. It's not like our content was better, you know what I'm saying? Like we had access until after the show got big, but until the show we got big, like we had access to the same public articles that everybody else had. But it's about showcasing your personality and trying to do that in the best light that you can. Wait, what? I'm sorry, Kat. I just that finally sunk in. None of your roommates know how to make mashed potatoes?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that like it hit my brain. Like I read it and I went, huh, interesting fact.
Yeah, I know.
And then it just like finally like
I guess I skimmed over it, but
yeah, it finally
Healing.
is this common for 20 somethings?
it just sank into the point where like I knew what it said, and I went, wait a minute. But then again, I can see Peanut and Gallery having troubles with stuff like that. Not that I don't love them; they're marvelous people.
Oh, sure.
Nothing good like a good peeler.
Yeah. There's also smashed potatoes where you leave the peel on. My husband does that.
Yeah, I do that with like the reds, but
Yeah, we stripe them.
a box. Oh, not actual.
Oh, Nicole, I think Nicole is answering you, Charlie. That's a bit hyper about that.
Next week is the Halloween episode, which I'm excited about because it's going to be the week of Halloween, and I want to get the music out there early. So I'm going to be throwing a gothy music party on there.
Yeah, I keep forgetting. It's like it's literally the middle of October.
Yeah, it's literally the middle of October. So I want to start doing that because I want to start my talk about goth music next week, and then the week after that, I'm going to do more on the dark wave music. And I might even be brave enough to try to talk about the difference between goth and dark wave because it's controversial. It's basically, do you want to call yourself a goth or not? Are you a hipster? If you're a hipster, you listen to dark wave music. If you're a goth, you listen to goth music. Oh wow, problem solved. I grew up on the box.
Wow.
I have to say though, I want to make some latkes soon. I have not made latkes in a while. That's the thing. What I need to do.
Somebody has invaded. I think I might have to go now.
Alrighty.
Okay. On that note. Yeah, cue the outros.
Hello, my name is Charlie. I do way too much. I have a YouTube channel. I have many podcasts. If you have Spotify Premium, check out my latest one. It's called House of the Blue Dragon, and I get to play music, and I'm very, very excited. And you can find everything at my website at projectshadow.com.
Hi, I'm Bonnie, and my channel is Bonnie Phillips Wright. And in the month of October, I will be giving away a Scribbler box. So watch for my unboxing for this month as soon as it comes.
Cool. And my name is Heather Dewey Pettit, and I'm off, and I am an author, editor, and artist. And I got distracted because Meadow Lamro is here. Hello, hi, and yes, so I was talking earlier about my plans for some upcoming content that's coming. In regards to editing, different types, and all the things that will be coming in this December and January. And yeah, okay then. And I'm still working on my book. So I am participating in NaNoWriMo, and that's all I can think about that I am doing right now. So have a great night, everybody.
Keep writing.
Have fun.
Bye.
Bye.